just kind of just showered, and I was starting to get ready, and I said, you know what, I haven't done a video and talked to you guys while I'm doing my makeup, so I decided that I'm gonna go ahead and just film and talk to you guys, because I haven't had the chance to like sit here and talk. So yeah, so I'm just kind of going ahead and applying my foundation. I already had primed my face with the Makeup Forever Step 1 smoothing primer, and then I'm just applying my foundation, the one MAC from the NC35. I'm just applying this with a beauty blender all over my face. I haven't been really doing videos because I have been like really busy. My mom is here on vacation. She's actually leaving tomorrow. Today's Tuesday, tomorrow's Wednesday. So she's leaving already. So it's kind of gonna go back to being like the same routine of me filming and all that. I kind of tried to film as much as I could while she was here, but literally I had no time because I would get up and drink coffee with her, try to spend as much time as I can. For those of you that are new to my channel, my mom moved to Texas, so she lives in Texas now, San Antonio, Texas. So she only comes maybe once a year. I think she came twice this year, because in November of last year, it's actually been a year since my surgery. I got surgery for my gallbladder, and we had to get her to come so she can help a little bit, because my husband does work. So she was here last year, and it's been another year now, so now she's ready to go back home. I'm going to miss her so much, but I know she's excited to go back to her doggies and her husband and all that. So I mean, we enjoyed her while we had her here. So I make sure that I pat the foundation in real good, just because I don't want it to look too cakey on me. So let me tell you guys, I honestly don't know, not that I don't know, but I really don't like doing this whole contour thing with the concealers and all that, because I feel like you get kind of too cakey. But yesterday I kind of tried it and I liked it, so I'm gonna kind of do it on camera so you guys can see, because honestly I might be on YouTube for that long time, 2008 to now, and you might think, oh, she knows whatever, but you learn things like every day. And honestly, I'm not a big fan. My thing, I don't really like doing this whole contouring. I feel like it's too much makeup and then it just gets crazy. But yesterday I tried it, I kind of liked it, so I kind of wanted to film it so you guys can kind of see what I've been doing. But I am using the Born This Way Natural Radiant Concealer in light, and then I'm using the one in dark. So I use this to highlight, and I use this to kind of contour a little bit before I even do the powders, because if you're gonna do creams, you're gonna do creams, all creams, and then powder, not cream powder cream, because then it gets muddy. So I'm just gonna go ahead and highlight the parts that I want to bring out. So I do like to do it under the eyes, just to kind of brighten it up a little bit. So I do eyes, and then just kind of bring it down. I try not to bring it up here because I'm trying to make my face look a little slim, not to kind of make it wide. So I kind of try to just bring this down a little bit, just to make my face a little bit longer. And then I just apply a little bit here, the bridge of my nose, and the forehead. Just kind of do little lines like this. And then I kind of want to sink the parts and then make my face a little bit slimmer. So I am using the one from Too Faced, Born This Way in dark. And I just contour the parts that I want to kind of sink in to make my face look a little bit slimmer. So I do like to contour my nose a little bit, just to make my nose appear slimmer as well. And trust me, I was super nervous when I started doing this. I was thinking, this is not going to work out, and I'm going to look crazy. But after you blend it out, it doesn't look that bad. So you just want to apply this where you want to make your face appear slimmer. And yeah, so I think that's good. Just kind of a little bit here. So this is kind of what I look like now. You want to use a damp beauty blender, or you can use a brush. I use a beauty blender, so I do kind of spray a little bit with a little bit of setting spray. This is the LA Girl Pro Setting High Definition Setting Spray, long lasting. So I'm using that. And then I'm just going to kind of clean it with the wipey a little bit. So I want to tell you guys, I go ahead and blend out the concealer, the highlight first, because I feel that if I do the contour first, I will mix the colors and then it kind of gets crazy. I'm not sure, I haven't done it. I'm just kind of experimenting here with you guys because I just want to try something different. So I'm just gonna go ahead and blend out the highlighted parts. So we're doing that first, and then I'm gonna go and blend out the dark shades. So I'm just going to blend out the highlight. After that, I'm just gonna go ahead and blend out. So I kind of twist it to the other side and start blending out the darker shade. You kind of want to make sure you don't pick like a really dark shade because then it turns muddy, and I think that's what I was afraid of, that it was going to turn muddy and then I was gonna look kind of crazy. But I'm using dark. I did have another one, it was tan, and I think tan is a little bit dark too, a little too dark for me since my skin tone is light. So I'm just gonna blend this all out like I said, and then I'm just gonna go back and, you know, set it with powder just so that all my work doesn't get like erased. So you just want to make sure you blend everything out really nice. You can go back with a baby wipe or whatever and kind of wipe any excess, because I do feel like it still has a lot, so I kind of don't want to add more to it. I'm just going to go back and blend everything. So here's the tricky part to me, like my nose. So I kind of just blend out the dark part first for some reason. I have no idea why. I blend out the dark part out first. So I'm just going here, blending that out. Go back and I kind of wipe it with the wipe. And I know I kind of still look crazy, but I'm gonna go back and blend all that out. But just kind of try to do everything slowly and then just kind of blend everything out. So I'm just gonna go back and bounce everything and then blend everything. Alright, so I'm just going to go back and set it. I'm going to use my Laura Mercier setting powder. I'm just going to apply a little bit on my desk. And then use a beauty blender. You can use the same one. And just set the under eyes. And then I'm just gonna set whatever I highlighted. That's where I'm going to set with the Laura Mercier powder. Alright, so I'm just gonna go back and kind of set under here a little bit. And I just leave it there to sit, so it just helps that the foundation, all that doesn't move or anything. So I just go back and I grab my setting powder and I'm going to blend out everything. This is the MAC NC35. You guys can tell it's my favorite. It kind of hit pan already. So I'm just going to go with that and set the rest of my face just so that nothing moves. So I kind of just pat the powder in, and then I'm gonna go back and kind of blend everything with whatever I have left, just to remove the excess of the setting powder. So I look crazy right now, but it's okay. So to set the contour, I'm going to use my Makeup Forever, what is it? The Pro Sculpting Duo in number 1, because I did finish number 2. So I'm going to use this powder and just set the contour a little bit so that it just stands out a little bit more. So I do grab a little bit of a good amount, and then I kind of tap the excess off it, and then I just contour the same place where the powder, the cream one that I applied concealer on is the same way where I'm apply my powder, bronzer, all that good stuff. So just kind of bring it down a little bit so it all looks good. You want to bring it down to your neck because you don't want to have 2 different colors. I will blend all this out if you guys are wondering. And then don't forget the nose. I always forget the nose. Just kind of contour the nose. It's a little harsh right now. I'm just letting it sit, and then I'm just going to blend all that out. Going back with the same brush, I'm going to go and start blending everything together. So I'm gonna go ahead and highlight. I'm going to use the new highlighters from Makeup Forever. This is number 2. I did use this in another video, and I'm just going to use my Eva 134 brush to do this. I spray with setting spray, and then I kind of just like mess with the product a little bit on here so it's evenly, and then I just go into my highlighter. And then I kind of just try to set it. I feel like if I swipe it like this, like the highlighter kind of just sits on top, and during the day it just kind of disappears. So I do want it to last a little bit. But look at that highlight, guys. Don't forget the nose. Give it a bow. Ridge of the nose. Alright, so for blush, I'm using my favorite one from Marc Jacobs. This is the number 502 Lines and Last Night. It's like a peachy color. I'm going to apply this right onto the cheeks after I highlight it, just so that it helps blend everything out. So just apply a little bit of that. Okay, so I do like to go back with my brow pencil. This is the LA Girl Shady Slim Brow Pencil, and just kind of go back and apply a little bit of the pencil, because once I do all the powdering and all that, I feel like my eyebrows get all the product and then they look a little bit faded. So I'm just going to kind of touch them up a little bit and then set them with the Benefit, what is this, Ready Set Brow. This is the gel, I guess. I really love this stuff. So I kind of just lift my brows a little bit so they do look fuller. Okay, so I went ahead and did one eye because honestly I didn't know what I wanted to do. I kind of been like, don't know what I want to been doing as makeup lately. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to be using the Morphe palettes. I'm using the 35O and the 35OS. So the difference between these have more matte colors, and this other palette has more shimmery shades. Oh, oops. So I have two palettes. So this one has more shimmery shades. These are the shimmers, and then this one kind of just has like mattes and shimmers, but that's what they look like. I will put a link at the bottom bar for you guys, so you guys want to go ahead and use my discount code to purchase these palettes. Definitely helps me out if you guys do use my discount code, but if you guys don't want to, you guys don't have to. But yeah, so anyways, get on to this. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the crease color. You always definitely want to start with a crease color because it just helps to blend everything out more nicely. So I'm going to use a 350 palette, and I'm going to use this shade right here, this light orangey shade. That's just going to go into my crease to help me blend out all my other colors a lot better. So you want to go ahead and start out with a fluffy brush and just kind of build the color up. You want to intensify it as much as you want, or you can leave it as light as you like. So you guys know me, I like my colors to be dramatic, so I do like to start off light and then just build my way up to where I want it. So I'm just going back and forth. I kind of try to concentrate the color a little bit more on the outer corner, just because it gives me just a little bit more of a smoky kind of, eye. So I'm just applying color and going as I go, as I blend it out as well. So I just want to make sure that it doesn't touch the lid. I mean, it doesn't really matter because we're going to go back and apply color on there. So I'm just going back with a fluffy brush and just blend out the harsh lines. You want to go and apply color and blend, so at the end it doesn't just become really hard for you to blend all the colors out. Okay, I'm fine with that. After that, I'm going to try to pull these brushes to the side because I'm going to be using the palette. I'm going to go with a flat brush and then spray a little bit of water to it, or setting spray or whatever, just because I want the shadows to stick to the lid a little bit better and I don't want to have so much fallout. So for the first color, I'm going to use this shade right here in the corner. This shade right here is going to be in the inner corner, and then this darker shade right here is going to be in the outer corner of the lid. So this is the 35OS palette, and a lot of people ask me if I think these palettes are great for start out makeup artists, and let me tell you guys, yes, these palettes are great. If you're going to start doing makeup, you definitely want something that has a bunch of colors already, and then you can just kind of use them from the palette, scrape them out or whatever, and you definitely has a lot of colors, so you can definitely invest in palettes like this just to do makeup. So after I applied a little bit of setting spray and then the color, I'm going to apply this right in the inner corner. So I'm just going to bring it in. I kind of just place my brush flat and then just kind of bring it in, so it starts creating that, not cut crease, but it just creates like that socket that I want, because my lids are a little bit more hooded, so I do want my lid to look a little bit bigger. So I do like to tilt my head back like this a little bit and then just set the brush and then bring it in. And I'm just gonna do midway of it, and I'm fine with that. Then I'm gonna turn the brush around and then I'm gonna use the darker shade for the outer corner. Like I said, I'm using that brown shade, like really brown, and just kind of the same thing. So I kind of just set the brush and then bring it in. You want to pat it a little bit. You just don't want to sweep it because you'll definitely get fallout anyway. So just bring it in. You guys can see, and then you can just kind of sweep it to the lighter color and just kind of blend out the harsh line. So it should have something like this. I'm gonna go back, and I decided I kind of wanted to blend the harsh line. So you guys can see this line is a lot blended. You can definitely leave it like this, but I like my colors to be blended. So I'm going back with that 35 OS palette, and I'm going to use this shade right here. This shade is going to help me blend out the color from the crease. I'm using a fluffy brush and just kind of apply this right on top of that, just to kind of blend a little bit the harsh line so it doesn't look too harsh, but you still want to see it a little bit, but not as much. So I'm just going to blend that in like that. As you guys can see, it looks a lot more blended. You want to go and clean up any fallout, because once it's there, it kind of sets, and I hate that. So I'm just going back with the same brush that applied the first color, and then just apply a little bit more, and then go back and blend that out. To highlight those parts, I'm going to use a little bit of this Makeup Forever highlighting, the one that I use for the highlight. Apply a little bit of that onto the brow bone just to give it a highlight, you know, just to get it popping. And then I'm going with the little tiny brush, apply a little bit of setting spray with that same highlighter. I'm going to apply that right into the tear duct, just because I like my looks to have a little bit of a pop in the inner corners. You guys seen my looks. It's really hard for me not to do it. I feel like it just makes the whole look put together and pop a lot more. So I like to do that. And then I just kind of set it. Bring it in a little bit and set it. Same thing for the bottom lashes. For the bottom lash line, I like to go back into kind of the same thing I did on the lid. I like to do at the bottom. So I'm going to grab the same brush, apply setting spray on them. And the street sweeper is about to pass right now that I am going to start talking, but I'm going to use those two same colors and apply those. So I'm using the lighter shade, and so I'm gonna go ahead and apply my lashes. I believe these are KOKO lashes and Goddess, I believe. I'm not sure. If I were to show you guys my whole lashes collection, you would be like, girl, you're crazy. But I'm gonna go ahead and apply my lashes, and we can kind of move on from there. I feel like I can blend a little bit more of my eyeshadow, so just kind of apply a little bit of eyelash glue. I'm gonna go back and kind of blend this out a little bit because I feel like it needs a little bit more blending. Once the eyelashes is on, I'm gonna go ahead and apply a little bit of mascara. This is my favorite mascara. This is the Superhero It Mascara. Oh my god, the It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. Oh my god. This is my favorite mascara at all times. Like, I just love this. I have backups, you guys, because this is like an amazing mascara. You definitely need to try it. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply a little bit. So I kind of been liking to kind of hold my lashes and then apply mascara, because I feel like it just sticks them together. And then just apply a little bit of the mascara at the bottom lashes as well. And I have to make that face I always do. I don't know, we all do this face. I don't know why. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and grab the High Brow from Benefit. This is supposed to be to highlight your brows, but I like it for the waterline. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this on my waterline. Just to kind of open my eyes a little bit. I do have a little bit of Vaseline lip therapy on my lips already. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe that off, and I'm still kind of debating on which lip color I want to have. I like to usually go, if I'm doing dramatic eyes, I kind of like to do neutral lips, but I feel like you guys like more when I do more dramatic lip because it's kind of something different. So I'm gonna go ahead and get myself a lip color, and I'll be right back and show you guys what color I chose. Alright, so I decided to go with this. It's kind of nude, but not too nude. So this is the one from ITCOSMETICS. It's a matte liquid lipstick in the color Nude. And Nude. So it's kind of browny, so it's a little dark. So I decided I'm going to go ahead and do this. Why not? So this is the final look. I really hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Bye.